Zumo explains, whether I'm designing games, branding for book series, or software interfaces, visual design is a key factor in the success of the products. Our brains are optimized for visual discernment. The neuroscience talks about the lizard brain and how it's constantly assessing every piece of stimulus. A dominant component of those determinations are visual. But let's go beyond our hardwiring. Let's talk about the practical aspects of aesthetics. Don't judge a book by its cover. You've heard it. You do it. We all do it. The visual will either attract us to it or make us yawn and forget it. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. This common phrase reminds us that visual beauty is subjective and appeal won't be universal. However, that doesn't mean that you can't create a presentation that visually attracts someone or a specific group. Again, visual design becomes the make or break reason people have initial attractions to products, people, or experiences. I know from years of software testing that regardless of a user interface being effective, if it's clunky looking, read ugly, users will have a harder time using it and have a less satisfactory experience. In the battle between two products of equal functionality, the more visually appealing one will win. Apple computers have made billions with that concept. The same is true for game design. Your game mechanics will hold the die-hard game system folks, but if you want a larger audience, it also has to look cool. Carrie says that in today's society, people won't read without getting pulled in by a high-quality graphic or photo. That is true from Facebook up to a good book or magazine. Like they say, don't judge a book by its cover, but that has to be said because all of us do it, and that is happening more and more in our fast-paced world. Zumo goes on to say, I think we scrutinize things more because we have such a broader exposure to visual examples. We can pull up Amazon and look across hundreds of book cover thumbnails, or jump into one of thousands of iPad, iPhone apps. We quickly identify and gravitate towards the things we like. Our innate visual discernment gets stunted, and becomes difficult to expand. But is that bad? We can more quickly find what we want? I don't think so. I think it makes it more difficult for product owners to attract larger audiences or expand it to those that they don't jibe with initially. Carrie said it like this, in the area of being an author, I think technologies are both a blessing and a curse. It is a blessing because we can market pretty effectively on our own without a huge publishing house behind us. But at the same time, if people are downloading your book onto their technology, they want it for free or very cheap. So I think technology is both a blessing and a curse. Zumo answered, stock photography of attractive people looking at you, or often the direction the experienced designer wants you to look. Again, following the principle, people tend to look where others are looking, including photographs, symbols, icons, home buttons, forward, back arrows, reload, close X, save floppy disk, back arrow for undo, copyright and trademark symbols, and barcodes. Carrie said it this way, that depends on the genre of book you are looking to write. At the same time, I don't think there is a lot of duplication because we all want our works to stand out. There may be duplication in themes. For example, vampires are very popular right now, but I think authors and publishers work hard on original images for covers, etc. Zumo had this to say, Glenn Clovis is the 3D artist that does all the Demok Revival series books. I think his work is amazing and beautiful, but who's my favorite? I think it honestly depends on my mood. I love realism painterly just because the capability for a human to recreate reality so closely fascinates me. I also find it beautiful. Abstraction is equally fascinating. It still has a clear form, but isn't a blunt recreation. Carrie tells us, my favorite personal visual artist is Jessie Espy by far. I love how she listens to her clients and gets a detailed picture from their perspective, but then takes it to a whole new level in the display and layout. She does it like no other. Zumo let us know famous works provide a good filter for quickly referencing categories of art styles that can be done. It can be very useful to think about the requirements for a project and the target market you want to appeal to, then to look across examples to help pick initial directions. The final approach may be unique but inspired by classic styles, but this isn't just limited to famous works. Today you can go to sites like DeviantArt and see everything from amateurs and hobbyists to budding professionals to the same end. Carrie informed us, I did investigate books that were similar to mine before writing, but that was the extent of others' works.